Welcome. I would love for you to meet Lisa. She is joining us today. Took time out of her busy work schedule, which I'm really grateful for.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, Lisa, what day are you on? Are you completely done now with the program? You're done?
Yeah, so a little over 11 weeks since I
Okay.
started.
So, what I would love for you to share is before you started the MHR, I would just love for you to share what were some of your motivations? What was something that was motivating you to be like, okay, I need to do something. I need to address XYZ. Like, what was going on in your body and kind of what you noticed, but also kind of what you mentioned to me in terms of some family history stuff, if however much you want to share.
Right. Yeah, so my mom developed Alzheimer's. Gosh, we didn't actually have her officially diagnosed until a couple of years ago. It took a while, but she knew she had dementia coming on for quite some time. And then I moved her here a couple of years ago. But she passed away last November as a result of complications from Alzheimer's. And so that was when I got in touch with you. I was like, okay, I was so afraid of heading down that same path because my aunt had the same issue and also passed away from a very similar situation to my mom's. So yeah, it's like, what can I do? And so I signed up for all that. And I think I told you that I had bought a book when my mom was still alive that was on how to prevent and reverse Alzheimer's. And I was really looking at it for her, like, what are some basic things that I could do, some supplements and things like that. But I really didn't understand it until I went through this program. And then I went back and reread the book and I was like, oh my God, like all of these things, these metabolic. And at the time I thought, well, my mom probably couldn't even remember what that would be. So, so that wasn't an option for her. But yeah, it definitely made all of the things made a lot more sense and lined up with what this program does.
I'm so happy to hear that. And I'm sorry that your mom went through that and you had to witness that. But I also feel like it's a wake up call for all of us because Alzheimer's is, I believe, the 7th leading cause of death now. And so it is a huge issue. And it's not an easy condition to deal with as the person going through it, but also for everyone around. And I commend you for seeing what was going on and really being proactive about your health and saying, nope, you know what? I want to do what I can now. And so then when you reached out to me, we ran your blood work analysis. And at that time we were like, okay, Lisa, there's definitely some things here that need to be addressed because there were some definite signs of some metabolic dysfunction that we knew we needed to address. Do you want to share just in general how you were feeling and maybe in terms of weight and then now where you're at?
Yeah, well, I remember telling you that I'm not going to be able to lose weight because it was in 2016. It was quite a while back. I had a kidney infection and I didn't eat for a week and I gained a pound. So I have not been able to lose weight since I was in my 20s, I think. That was the last time I remember actually seeing the scale go down significantly. And so I was really doubtful. But I've gone from, I think I started at like 147 and a half and I'm down to 125. And I have not been at 125 again since in my 20s.
Oh my goodness. That is like almost 25 pounds. That's amazing.
It really is.
Because when your body reestablishes metabolic flexibility and you have established a higher metabolic set point, everything's in a much better balance that your body, it's much easier for your body to continue to lose weight and find its optimal weight. And so I'm just so excited to hear that because you're essentially done with the program, but you're still losing weight because everything's in balance.
Yeah. And I really like the way that I'm eating. It's like I was telling my husband, I said, I'm about to turn 60 and I'm finally learning how to eat and then just eating better. And
And what about some of the non-scale benefits? Like how are you mentally, emotionally?
Oh, that. One thing that I noticed on the chart that we fill out at the very beginning on how we're feeling is I put anxiety as the top, 5. And I noticed the other day I have these herbal stress supplements that I realized I haven't taken them in several weeks. So something I hadn't even noticed. I still feel like this is undercurrent, but it's calmer. And I don't really know how to explain that. It's like, yeah, I still know there's like kind of scary things going on in the world, but I'm calmer about it, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. I love that so much because you've gone underground and you've addressed your roots and your deeper roots, there's less of this going on underground. Like things are just calmer because your blood sugar is more stable, your gut's much happier, your nervous system is happier. And so it's not just about losing the weight, it's about all these other pieces or aspects to our health that creates the whole package. And so I'm just so grateful and happy and honored that you joined the MHR and that you're here to share your journey and your transformation because I just know it's going to help others to feel motivated to take the next step. And so for anyone who's thinking about it, what would you tell them?
Oh gosh, yeah, I would say definitely try it. And it definitely is a way to learn how to eat. I also liked learning how to make like just really simple basic meals for one person. Right. And pretty
so that's
much
another
vegan
unique factor for you because most of my other members are not vegetarian or they're more flexible. And so you're, I think, the first person that's done it completely from beginning to end, completely vegetarian. And I think that's amazing. And I want to just acknowledge you for that and share that with others that it can absolutely be done. It's not an issue.
Yeah, and the weight still came off pretty quickly.
The weight.
Yeah,
So let's talk about measurements for a minute and just tell us about like your pant size where you were and now where you're at.
Yeah, I went to a tailor because I'm kind of dressed as a field biologist today, so I do a lot of work outside, and I have these really lightweight pants that I wear out in the field a lot, and they're my favorite pants. They don't make them anymore, and so I went to a tailor, and she had previously hemmed them up for me, and I went in and I'd asked her, I said, "Can you actually downsize them for me?" And she said, "Oh yeah, sure, come bring them in." And so I went in, and she just looked at me, and she went, "Oh my God, did you lose like 20 pounds?" And I said, "Yeah, pretty much." And so I don't know what size it would be now, but I think it would start at a 14. My guess would be it's around an 8 at this point.
Oh my gosh, Lisa,
And I
that's
have one more.
amazing.
I have a funny story because I had a pair of jeans that I really liked, but they were a size 10 and they were way too tight. So at the very beginning, I tried them on and my stomach was just like sticking out so much. I mean, I couldn't even like suck in my gut to try to like zip them up. It was just like, oh my goodness. And now they're like, there's a good extra inch or two. They're actually getting a little bit too big for me. So
Oh,
I know it's like, who would have guessed? uh,
and this is
I
it.
have,
You have now set the stage for just optimal metabolic health, maintaining your optimal weight, and just the most important thing is just the trajectory moving forward of your health and your aging.
yeah,
And I'm just so grateful and happy that you did this because you shifted
yeah.
everything.
Me too. Well, yeah, and the energy levels too. Like again, I'm a field biologist. One of the things we've had to do, we had this big ice storm last February, and so we had a lot of down vegetation. So we're still cleaning all of this up and putting it in chippers, and so that's been a lot of what I've been doing recently is like just hauling all this stuff and just down debris and things like that. But it's fairly physical, and I am not having any issues with like fatigue or yeah. I
That's
feel kind of like I
fantastic.
did in my 20s. So
That's
yeah,
right.
it really is. It's nice.
Well, I just know that your transformation and your journey is just going to really motivate and help other people to feel confident that they can do the same because
Yeah.
you were unsure. You didn't think you were going to lose any weight. You tried all kinds of things before and the weight never shifted. And now you're down 25 pounds, down what, 6 pant sizes?
I
I mean,
know,
oh,
and the no exercise. That was the other thing because I remember that was my first question for you was, am I going to have to exercise a whole bunch? And I actually
yep,
haven't. I mean, other than light kind of
yeah,
walking and feeding a chipper, but I think it's
oh,
been good just to be more calm and kind of going into that more parasympathetic type state.
yes,
Just
yes, that is
yeah,
the key right there.
yeah. So it definitely feels like that by just walking and hiking and being outside and swimming. That kind of stuff has been great. So, and I am so grateful to you and that I've known you for as long as I have and thank you for all that you've done for my health. My goodness.
You're so welcome, and I'm so honored to be on this journey with you. And yeah, so thank you for
Same.
trusting me and joining the program. And I am just ecstatic for your transformation, and it's just going to continue. So we will be in touch
Yes,
soon. So as soon as you get that blood work, send it in, and we will keep moving forward.
I will. Wonderful. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Oh, I'm so happy that you got to meet Lisa and hear her story because she she's in her late 50s and almost 60, and she witnessed her mother and her aunt passing away from Alzheimer's. And so that was something that was she was really concerned about and worried about. And she had heard that Alzheimer's is rooted in metabolic dysfunction. And she was, trying to figure out what to do about it for her family members. And then after they passed away, she really took the time to start focusing on her health. And she had not been able to lose weight for many years following all kinds of other programs. And so she didn't have a lot of faith that she was going to lose any weight. Honestly, she was like, I don't think I'm going to lose weight with this. And I just said, you know what? Just trust the process. I said, don't worry about the weight. Don't focus on the weight. That's what I always tell everyone. Don't focus on the weight. Focus on just following the process and really focus on all the other stuff, all the other naturopathic principles that I want you to incorporate into your life. As everything gets balanced, the weight loss is a side benefit. She lost 25 pounds so far and went from a size 14 in pants to a size 8. And this is just in 11 weeks. And so if this is just resonating with you and you want to know more, I would love for you to reach out to me. We can have a talk about it and I can share more details about the program. But I just love when people come back and they're just like, they just are in more control and in charge of their health. And that's where I want all of us to be, because that is addressing the roots. That is setting a solid foundation for our health, our metabolic health, our weight, and our trajectory for aging and lowering the risk of chronic disease. And that is what I wish for all of us, because chronic disease, 60% of Americans have 1, 40% have 2 chronic illnesses. So we're struggling big time. And I don't want any of you who are listening and watching, I don't want that for any of us. So if you are truly invested in your health and want to address the root cause and get a whole bunch of side benefits like weight loss and lower anxiety and better gut health and just feeling better about yourself and more confident when you look in the mirror, reach out. Let's talk.